Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to another night. Vampires of Aether, and boy oh boy is it going to be a spicy one for us here tonight. Kicking off Season 1 just a couple of weeks ago. We've already played 4 official matches, and the match tonight features 4 of the top contenders at the season. Right now, it's a star-studded matchup between Goofy, who just claimed a victory last night, Blue Shadow, who claimed a victory at the very start of this season, Scooby, who, you know, there's controversy on whether or not he should have won the very first game. I mean, there's some debate there. And Rhythm Bow, who claimed a victory on air not too long ago. So let's jump into the action. Let's take a look at the board. We got a new board. We got some nerfs in play. And would you believe it? Elements available on the docket now. 14 elements up for grabs. Welcome aboard, Arcane Commando. Fire the nuclear missile and a Rhythm Bow. Welcome to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the chat. Let's get into it. We're caffeinated. We're ready to go. Let's take a look at the board. And yes, this is the very first feature of the Moon Element. And Arcane is up for grabs, baby. It's a spicy match. We've got Air, Fire, and Earth getting banned in very quick succession. Is it going to be the OG4? And it is the OG4. The OG4 elements have been banned. Nerfs are in play for Centaur and Harpy. They are both going to be at 75 HP this game, and Lightning was left on the table. I think that's a suspect strat by these 4 individuals here. We shall see. Let's take a look at the board. I think Earth is definitely an automatic ban. When you see 3 Earths in quick succession up in this corner, Earth is a guaranteed ban from at least one of the 4 players. But I got lots of trees. I got lots of trees in this corner as well. Could this be a cheeky nature play? We've got a first pick metal coming out from the red hand. That's Goofy. Goofy's taking a cheeky metal play up in the northeast corner. I really like it. Captain, I just teleported back in time, and there's just nearing my cruise ship. I'm not sure. What is it? I don't even know what that word is. I'm scared to say it, not gonna lie. Wait, why is his music going so hard, by the way? Going so hard, by the way. Yowza. Hey. Another night. Sponsored by Celsius. Sponsor me. Sponsor me. Second pick. Looking like... What do we got here? Goofy taking metal. I think it's a solid pick with all those mountains up there. And you've got Centaur within reach. It all depends on what your matchup is across from you on that short side, because that's going to dictate whether or not you can get that Centaur reasonably. But I think it's still good to vie for that quest. Very solid strategy there. German bombers, gotcha. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. So sorry to hear that, man. Stay safe out there. Stay strapped in these streets. Blood as the second pick, and who is that? I think it was a green hand. Is that Scooby snagging Blood? No. It's Rhythm Bow. Of course it's Rhythm Bow. A Blood main. Little does he know, Blood was actually just nerfed. So let's see how he adapts on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm expecting Glacier to be picked in one of these last 2 positions. Certainly the 10-10 position, if it's still available. I think that's going to be the best option for these people. We will have to take a look at the rest of the board, though, to see if there's any other relationships that we're... And there's Glacier in that third pick. Man, it's like this guy created the game or something. It's like he knows what is going on here. Wild, wild, wild. So we got Glacier in the third pick, and that is going to be Scooby. And then we've got Blue Shadow going for it all, testing the brand new Moon Element. There's been 1 test of Moon so far. 1 test. Made some changes already. And here it is in its second iteration, in its official debut, in its first match of availability. We've got Blood and Moon both available and picked. Now let's take a look at these corners as they are selecting their abilities. We've got... Good resource starts for just about everyone in these corners. I think Metal has the most streamlined pathway, but squaring off against Moon, I think Moon is going to be pretty good about denying the Centaur from Metal, because Metal is now going to have to invest a lot more resources in order to get it. Man, should I already know. Ever played War Thunder? I have not played War Thunder. I am not. But have you ever played Empires of Aether? We out here. Let me know if the music's too loud, boys. Appreciate you guys hanging out on this lovely Tuesday night. Okay. Nope, I am not. Well, you should! You should! And you know how you can take a little closer look at the action? Take a look right there. This game is going to be a spicy one. I think Moon's got some good viability here. I think the matchups are so slow that Moon's got a good shake. And you know what? We haven't even done the official video on what Moon is about. This is its first iteration. This is its first debut. Moon is all about spamming soldiers, but not in the same way that something aggressive like Lightning or Fire is. They actually use their soldiers to tier up. That is what makes them super unique. They need 4 armies simultaneously to advance to tier 2. And Blood has just discovered their nerf. Oh my gosh, what is he going to do without his super OP ability? Captain, are you a cruise ship captain or a battleship captain? Glasses on? I'm everything, baby. Jack of all trades. Glasses off. I'm Jack of all trades, baby. Oh my... Yes, my ship is very versatile. So flexible on the fly here. So flexible. So I think we've got Moon going in the 10-10 position. And we'll talk about why I think that is going to be a really solid pick for them. I think Moon is going to be one of those elements that dominates in the first turn position, the 10-10 position. So when you're picking last, very solid. Glasses on, baby. That's what I'm always picking for on the stream. Welcome aboard, Table Posty. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Moon sounds so cool. Moon is very cool. Not sure if they're broken, not sure if they're too weak. I don't think they're right in the middle. They're going to be on either side. We're going to find out. They've got really cool themed abilities. And then, of course, got to go with the Twilight homage. Got to go with the Twilight homage. Right there at the end. Their quest is called Team Jacob. What were you back in the day? Were you Team Edward? Or were you Team Jacob? Right? That's a little tribute to my wife. I'm acting like she's in heaven. She's absolutely not. She's just not at home right now. So anyways, we've got Moon, who wants to upgrade by getting 4 armies simultaneously. But what they can also do is they can discard advantage cards to spawn 3 soldiers at their capital. And this is what makes them so viable in the turn 1 position. They don't have to build a barracks. They don't have to spend food on those soldiers. So they can discard a potentially crappy advantage card that they draw in turn 1 and still expand on the board. But what's, I think, the most unique aspect about their passives, aside from their age up, is this right here. Every soldier you purchase from a force tile spawns 2. So let's see. Would you kick again right here? He's definitely going to heavily emphasize this force tile right here, because that's going to be the economical way of getting to tier 2. Where I think Moon is really going to struggle in this faster meta that has been established in this game in the last month or so is getting to tier 2 within the same timeline as all these other elements. Most elements are hitting at turn 3 now. Moon is going to struggle to do it turn 4, turn 5. So if Metal really wants to deny this and give himself a fair shake at the Centaur, which is obviously his pathway to victory here, by getting his quest done, he needs to pressure this forest tile. So Moon's got some great stuff here in the tier 1 position. He's got, appreciate that posture check. I'm sitting straight up. I'm excited because this is a star-studded matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And, oh my god, your boy's been learning how to code a little bit. Got a script to automatically draw cards for, like, you kidding me? Does this guy truly do it all? The answer is yes, he does. Yes, he does. Because Empires of Aether is the next great turn-based strategy game. And we're going to get it there, baby. We're going to get it there. So Moon's got several options in order to keep them in contention to always go tier 2 on a reasonable timeline. They're getting bonus resources if their general is alone on their tile. Waxing is going to spawn them some extra soldiers, so they want to expand, occupy new land, pop waxing, get a lot of soldiers. Waning is if something goes awry, they can still retreat, get their soldiers back to their capital, and still go to tier 2 on a reasonable timeline. So they are going to take longer to go tier 2, but once they get there, I don't know if they can ever be stopped. They are going to be the most powerful for killing bosses, especially in a situation where all of the bosses on the board, except for Mink, are higher health totals. Kind of spooky. Kind of spooky. I'm asking if the script worked for him. I think it did. What? Wait, it's dealing to everyone! Oh no! Yikes! It's giving a card for everyone. Get rid of that brag. You know I was bragging about scripting earlier? Take that back. Retract. Retract. Yikes! This is gonna be some audibles on the fly. Anyways, we're opening up for Moon here in the turn 1 position. That is, upsetting that that happened. Upsetting that that happened. Anyways, oops, we gotta switch to this, supervisor position. And we've got the tear gas card, and this is gonna be an example. I think Moon's gonna immediately toss this to the side and go ahead and pop 3 soldiers at their capital. Super solid here. I just imagine someone spamming posture checking to keep on saying I'm sitting straight up over and over again. Hey, that's where we're at. That's the world we're living in, man. Moon didn't even prep their units. Embarrassing. So Moon at the 10-10 position, getting 3 free soldiers here, is going to be able to expand to the mountain and the lake, purchase both of those. And they actually even have enough for the desert. So this is the first nation that in the 10-10 position can buy 3 soldiers every time they draw an advantage card as opposed to an announce card. I think it would feel really bad at the turn 1 spot, you draw an announce card to kick off the game. That would actually sound like a miserable experience. And so thankfully that didn't happen in Moon's first iteration here. So we've got Moon, the classic little assassin figure, and he's spreading out. He's going to get a good economy to start it off. Remember, he wants to work to get this waxing card to be as efficient as possible. Get as many tiles as he can and get resource buildings on all of them, in order to maximize how many soldiers he is getting so that it can get to that tier 2. He's shooting to keep the pace with Metal, who's easily going to do it turn 3, and Blood is easily going to do it turn 3. But what's super fun about their quest is it has 2 different ways of winning. Playing on that lovely, lovely, lovely... Oh, oops. It's every time they end their turn, it's drawing a card for everyone. I gotta get rid of the script. Yikes. I'm not sure if that actually removes it. Hang in there, boys. Sorry about the delays on a few things. We've tested some things. Been trying to learn some knowledge last couple days. Been testing it out. Bear with me. Scripting is tough out here, just learning on the interwebs. I got no experience with it. Anyways, I think he actually had enough to buy all of these, didn't he? Right? Did he mess up? Oh, he put a resource building on the lake and said, "What's up, Oof? Welcome aboard, man." We've got the debut of Moon. You're joining in on a spicy matchup here. Anyways, we were diving into the Moon quest here, where they actually have 2 different objectives they can achieve. And that is, one, the first one is if the Blood Nation is in the game, which of course he is in this matchup, defeat the Blood General in a battle involving your general. So playing on that little Twilight homage here, and look at what he's got right across the table from him, staring him right in the face. Why, it's none other than the Blood matchup. This should be a very, very reasonable track for Moon to go for a win here today. In its debut, we might see that it's just absolutely too broken. It's possible. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyways, it's going to go to Glacier, who's got the very standard element, the ability set up now. Very standard now. There's really no deviation from these abilities lately. Glacier's been super viable in these earlier turn positions because they get their first 2 tiles for half price. What's so unfortunate about this, though, is he's got 2 crappy options next to his tile. Crappy options in the forest and the swamp. So was Glacier the best pick in this corner? Not sure. He did have this corner up here available. So why did he go for this one over the other? Probably just the Harpy staring at him? Probably. Moon abilities looking juicy. They are. The abilities are juicy. But can they contend in the early game? In a matchup here against Blood and Metal, I think they got a good shot. In other matchups, though, I think they just kind of die. So we shall see what occurs. So Glacier getting a pretty casual standard start here. Just buying a few tiles, you know, just doing Glacier things. Making sure to capitalize on that half-price field. Gonna go ahead and turn it into a Blizzard. This is kind of a repeat of what we saw last night with Bobrick playing Glacier in this way. What's the point? This is a horribly inoptimal barrier for your opponent. Now, Blood's not going to be the most aggressive for us, but doesn't it better serve us here in the middle or on the coast? Right? Mink is a low health tile. You're going before Blood. You're going to be able to kill Mink before them. You got Polar Bears turn 3. You're going to be able to do it. So I don't like this play on this Blizzard here. Moon already in the current version of TTS? It is. The next time you boot up the mod, it will be there. New scripts are in there too. Although one is not working for us. Not working for us right now. But we'll get there. I gotta do some tweaking. Just a little action. We'll figure it out. we'll figure it out, right? Yeah, I think. The cards are fun. I've already made some changes from what we had in the first. We played a match with them earlier today, and I already made changes from that one. So, yeah, they're going to be drawing a card every single turn. Very rough. I'm just going to tell them to take off turns and see what happens. Toss your cards, boys. Yeah, so we took off turns for this. I got to work on the script. Very nice. I saw some really juicy ones. I know Blood was probably hoping for maybe able to secure the market with one of the advantage cards he pulled. So we'll see about that. What? How is it still saying it's someone's turn? What all scripts are in right now? So when you boot up the game, it automatically shuffles all decks. It sends a welcome message, and it's supposed to, every time a turn is shifting, automatically draw you a card. But what it's currently doing is every turn shift, it's drawing everyone a card. So I think it's because I put in the wrong keyword for TTS here. TTS already has like a scripting language for it. And so I just got to put in the right term. I currently have it as deal, and I need to do some version of draw is what I need to do. So Blood, their advantage card they draw is Dibs, which is a juicy one. However, the card or the tile that you can own here is the Portal. The Portal already teleports you to the middle of the board, so this is a garbage advantage card to get here. Absolutely not what you want to see. But we're getting a very standard 2-tile purchase here. Resource buildings on both 3 soldiers right out of the gate. Is he possibly going to contend for Mink? And let's see how Blood adapted after their small nerf. Didn't opt for the new iteration of Red Shadow. Let's see if he still has it over here. Red Shadow kind of took the Sanguine Blade effect and folded it into the Red Shadow. But we also took away that 5 food bonus because that was just broken. It's a tier 2 ability and a tier 1. And it was a passive. Disgusting. So Blood is sitting tight there. And then he just went for pretty standard abilities after that, going for his quest. Absolutely. But I think in this matchup, he's going to have a great opportunity to get his general really, really ramped up. And then we've got Metal. 3 mountains in the corner. I mean, Metal's got a good pathway here. Metal's got a good pathway here. I think it was Goofy that banned Earth in the first ban here. Maybe he tried to hold on to it, but there's no way it wasn't going to make it through. But Metal as a backup in a 3 mountain corner, that's a pretty good backup. Pretty good backup, huh? Metal looking real big. Let's see what advantage card he drew on turn 1. So the advantage card that Metal draws is Leader Impotence, which is fantastic in this game against Blood. Now, obviously, Metal's probably not going to be facing Blood primarily, so it'd be awesome if Moon or Glacier could get a hold of that card. We'll find out. The first weather event is Blood Moon. Blood units have +2 on their dice roll for the next 2 turns. This gives Blood great accessibility to potentially beat Glacier to Mink. But if they don't do it this turn, I think Glacier's going to be taking it the next turn. That being said, they don't have that much BM coming in right now, so I don't know if they can go tier 2 on turn 3. 3 Mountains and Centaur, yes. But Centaur has been buffed to 75 HP, along with Occipity. So both of them are at 75 HP. Changes are being made every single day. Let's see how Moon adapts here. The advantage card he gets is Interstellar, which is a really solid one. But I think it's yet again another one that you toss. Moon's got a great passive where they can toss that advantage card and get 3 free soldiers at their capital. It's not even for the sake of, you know, being able to get the soldiers. It's simply progressing to my passive to get to tier 2. I need those soldiers because I can't possibly make enough food to buy 4 armies in the traditional fashion. No way. However, if he starts buying them from the forest, he only actually has to effectively pay for 2 armies, because also in their passive is every soldier you purchase from a forest tile spawns 2, which is a totally unique text to Moon. So Moon's got a couple totally unique features to them. But he's got the rainforest. He's going to try to keep that general alone so he can get the extra resources from that rainforest tile. Very, very solid for him there. Kind of curious as to why he's holding on to Interstellar. Kind of curious as to why he's not going to go ahead and pop that for 3 free soldiers. Glacier gets Elephant Gun, which is super solid. It's not usable on Mink, but it will certainly be usable on Occipity, which now maybe he doesn't even care about this anymore. Yep. It's looking like his general is shifting in this direction. When we get 2 armies and we can use it on Occipity, that brings it to 55 HP. That means I still need 4 armies to guarantee it. 4 armies to guarantee it. But 2 armies could do it if I get other dice roll additives. So he's got a dead advantage card and a fantastic advantage card, a top 5 advantage card in his hand. So he's splitting it pretty even. But anyways, it's kind of tough to pick here. We've got, like, this is a juicy matchup. This has 3 of the 4 Season 1 winners in this matchup. Right now, clearest cut, like, pathway to victory is Metal. But the variable here is Moon broken? We just don't even know. This is the second testing of Moon. Moon did some redonkulous plays in the game we played earlier. Didn't actually win, but was still incredibly powerful, still juiced. And so, really, that's the wild card. We don't know what it's going to be. I think it's very possible that they are absolutely broken. So we shall find out. So Glacier adding a leg to their collection. Yeah, they're netting 4 BM a turn. He's at 9, though. Because he only had to spend half. So he's trying to go for that tier 3 timeline. Oh, wait a minute. Spinning 3 here. He still will be 1 above what he needs to in order to go to tier 3 next turn. He'll go to 5 and 6 is what it should be. Who's on which element right now? We've got Scooby, a.k.a. Gerald, a.k.a. Harsha on the Glacier Nation. Rhythm Vow on Blood. It's Blue Shadow on Moon. And Goofy on Metal. A spicy matchup. Did Glacier take their quest? They did take their quest. I think Glacier's got a really good pathway to victory here as well. And an early grab on Mink is going to heavily stifle Blood's growth. So, Glacier has the precedent to be a disruptor in the early game, but I don't know if it carries over and translates to the late game. It really depends on what happens with Occipity. And Metal can't levy both of these simultaneously. That's the really, really tough part. Really tough part. So Blood gets turn 2, gets the Peanut Butter and Murder Sandwich, a fantastic card when you start to go to war, especially considering the fact that Blood loves going to war once they hit tier 2. because they don't really mind taking fights. Because even if they lose, it's a small sacrifice. The general can teleport pretty much right back into the fray. But if they get a win, then that general is just supercharged for the rest of the game. Very spicy. But actually, he's back to using the original 3 abilities for Blood. Minor nerfs to them. There is a little bit of a sacrifice, or a little bit of a consequence for your general losing battles now. Your soldiers drop down to the next multiple of 5. So usually what you want to do is, if you're going to be sacrificing, you want to get them to a point where they're 1 above that multiple of 5. That's efficiency, right? Because if I lose a battle and I'm at 16 soldier sacrifice, that's only going to take me to 15. But if I'm at 19, or if I'm at 20, it takes me all the way down to 15, and that's a big, big drop. But yeah, it looks like he's obviously pressuring Mink. I think Glacier's going to be able to take it, though, with our Polar Bears next turn. That's the timeline for them. And then Mink is going to be able to steal resources from the Blood General right there. But is Blood positioning themselves to exsanguinate one of those Polar Bear armies in the next turn and maybe kill the other one himself? Right now, the advantage cards don't really do it for him. But maybe he's able to pull off some kind of sacrifice feature that gets him there. Not sure. We're going to Metal, who's expanding down the coastline. And like we said, this is a very titular tile right here. This forest. If you put pressure on that, Moon, I think, is going to essentially stop existing as an element. Discord, please. What the heck does he need?
Listen, as long
What
as
do you
the
need,
troops
boys?
stay- 'cause
What do you
I'm
need,
ready
boys?
to attack these.
What
I
do you
can
need,
take them out
boys?
right now.
What do you need, boys? What's the situation?
I don't know.
No, I need to check DMs.
Oh, DMs, huh?
Yeah.
What? Ah. Now I understand. Okay, little cheeky DM question from a player in the game. That's... Wow. Yeah. Okay. I like this questioning, though. Good questioning. Alright. So we've got Metal, who does need to be pressuring this forest. Absolutely. I think that's what we kind of slipped in on, was the little bit of conversation between Moon and Metal. I think they were making a little deal here, setting a little turf right here. They said, this is the border. That's what we walked in on. I don't know if it's going to stay that way. I think Metal's going to be popping tier 2 and probably slapping Moon in the face. Betting on a Metal W, the way this is currently positioning out, I'm inclined to agree with you. Glacier's got a shot at disrupting this, though. But taking Mink right here, that's already half of a win condition for them. And I think it's going to heavily stifle Blood. So how does Blood respond to that? So just playing an economic turn here for Metal. We've got resource buildings on every tile we own except for one. And it looks like we're putting up defensive walls here. Gonna go ahead and put some defensive walls. You know what that is? That's a preemptive metallurgical man if I've ever seen one. That's a fort that's ready to become an army. Ready to knock down the Moon walls. Yeah, I don't know, boys. I don't know. I think Moon, like, they're gonna be doing the best they can, right? But what do they even do this next turn? They spawn waxing to generate soldiers on their capital, but then they still lose control of that precious forest. Let's see what his food's going to be at. There's going to be at 13 food and 12 BM. He's going to spend 3 to put a barracks there. It's going to put him to 9. Oh, wait a minute. Metal is switching things up. No more DF. It is now a full-fledged barracks. Wait, don't go for the attack here. Don't go for the attack here. It's just not even necessary. It's just not necessary. Let's take a chill pill here. He's going for the roll. I don't like this play whatsoever. You're not in any pressure. You're in no pressure whatsoever. Moon is consistently rolling 6s over here. If Metal cuts off that force early, it's GG. I agree, but Like, why not just wait till next turn when you can go tier 2? Metal does win. Cuts off that forest. Yeah, I think we're going to see Moon is going to be heavily sabotaged with this point. Heavily. Because they have no way of actually aggressing upon this tile again. Cool thing is, they will be able to generate some free soldiers. And then move to the desert. That was a gutsy call. That was a gutsy call by Metal. I don't agree with it whatsoever. But I like it. Don't agree with it. Gutsy. That's the goofy way. We're going to turn 3, and it's looking like an early Metal aggressive win. Something you don't hear every single day. Moon is getting a free defensive fortification. Definitely you should be throwing that on the capital, yeah? Should be putting that on the capital, yeah? Yeah? Where is that defensive fortification, huh? Huh? We got a spawning ability, right? Force play secure Centaur 2. It does. It does, it does. If Moon was able to manage to get to tier 2, Centaur is toast. Because you have to understand, they're not spending resources to go to tier 2. They're spending resources over time, periodically, to get those soldiers. But they have 4 armies on the board when they hit tier 2. They're a massive force to contend with. And then that's when they just absolutely pop off. They dictate the weather for the rest of the game at that point through their lunar cycle card. And then they eventually go to tier 3, which weather, once again, is just benefiting them for the rest of the game. But it's all about this right here. Part of the pack, going feral. They claim tiles, they get additional free soldiers. So he puts the free defensive fortification, or did he... Curious as to, why wasn't this utilized? Okay, so Moon is just turtling up, just throws up 2 defensive fortifications here. And we're looking at Metal here. They don't have the food to purchase the forest and then pop tier 2. So I think Moon is going to be safe. Moon's going to be safe this turn. But not for long. Next turn, I think they are in for a bumpy ride. I would imagine Metal just expands, so the star tile takes that. Probably puts up a double fortification on this forest. Probably what we're going to see. We're not even looking across the board right now. Because really, the focus is down here. Oh, wait, actually, okay, never mind. This is actually a horrible card in this given moment. Soup lines. Everyone's getting food. If Metal gains 2 food, I think they're knocking down Moon very quickly. Unfortunate draw here. So let's see what Moon gains. Everyone is gaining some food here. Glacier gets to roll 2 dice. Everyone else only gets to roll 1 dice. Oh, oh, oh. Why does this music shifted a little too much for me? I ain't ready. I ain't down for that. Okay. A little more vibey. A little more vibey. And Metal secures 5 food. GG, Moon. Good game. Good game, baby. But probably a GG. We should be seeing a mink kill here.
Now there's a man.
Yo, long time no hydrate.
Refreshing splash of a sip of water. Drink up, Captain.
Appreciate that hydrate. Gotta keep me accountable. Nah, gotta keep me accountable. I took metallurgical men twice. Rough. We know what fortifying does. We know that's a must take. Okay, so we should be seeing a mink take here, right? This is him going down to tier 2, I would imagine. Right? Yep. Glacier pops tier 2, the first nation to hit it. Spawns his polar bears on the Glacier tile, the Blizzard tile. Another posture check. Appreciate that, baby. Hey, once again, thanks for everyone hanging out, checking out Empires of Aether. If you are not in our community just yet, please make sure you click on those links. Join us. We're going big time. This is going to be an automatic take on Mink, but the question is, how does Blood retaliate from this? Do they exsanguinate the army and then attack. They do have Blood Moon in play for this turn. Not sure how big of a factor that is, though. Not sure if that is a viable play for them. Okay. Okay! So he's just positioning everything else. He's definitely going to be playing for Occipity. He doesn't want to have to pay for Tier 3, and who would, right? Who would? But the problem is now you are absolutely racing against Metal Killing Moon. That food draw, which wasn't even by Metal, by Glacier, is going to pressure Moon all the way to his demise. So Mink is going to be snagged here. Let's make it a nice little rat. A little rat. Give him a nice blue color. Match the theme. So currently Mink is going to be stealing resources from the Blood Nation. Blood doesn't want that. I love Mink. One of my favorite boss styles in this game. Glacier already very obviously positioning for Occipity. Can't forget that he's got that elephant gun advantage card in his back pocket. So you got some really good kill pressure on there. That's essentially an extra army attacking Occipity. 2 armies could kill it now. With that elephant gun, pretty feasibly. But he's going to want to have 4 just to guarantee it. And what's his food economy looking like? Well, with Mink stealing an extra 5, he's going to be netting 18. His building materials are atrocious, though. But he's even at 18, which means he can make nearly 2 armies a turn. And if he ends up converting this to a Blizzard, then he can snowshoes through and snake any of those soldiers through to that tile over there. Great card here, but it's essentially the transfusion card. So Blood gets 2 iterations of transfusion in the form of their advantage card. Not too shabby there, not too shabby. Right, so Blood getting paid here. Going to Tier 2. Exsanguinating one of those polar bear armies, which you really hate when that happens. You really hate it. Because those polar bears are temporary anyway. So it's unfortunate to waste one of your most powerful abilities on killing units that were already going to die themselves. It's unfortunate to make it happen. Going to turn that desert into the altar tile. The obvious play. Altars produce the same resources as a rainforest. They're producing 2 and 2 each turn. But they also allow you to sacrifice soldiers each turn. Still at 9 food. Can sacrifice 3 soldiers here. Does he just take this attack? That'd be nice, right? What card is this? The peanut butter and murder sandwich. Oh, he wants to get rid of Mink right away. So he casts peanut butter and murder sandwich, giving him 10 food. I don't like this play at all. Mink is stealing 5 food from you, right? Per turn. You just gave him 2 turns of Mink for the resource that he's hungering after. He's going to turn this into a Blizzard tile next turn, and he can train an army from both now. And 3 armies and a general, that's 50 attack, 51 attack if he rolls a 1. And Elephant Gun brings him down to a 55. Meaning all he has to do is not roll a 1. Not a fan of that play whatsoever. Just give Glacier a free permanent army. Exactly. You just use 10 food to kill a temporary army so that he can trade that in for a second boss kill. My money's on Glacier comeback. After that play right there, I'm betting Glacier is much more so in contention. But it all depends on this turn right here. Goofy can very obviously slap down this desert and then be 1 tile away. Def should have tried to boost General. Yeah, I don't even know if you, like, you don't feel pressured to go for the attack either. Like, you don't have to fight, right? Like, you don't have to. That's the thing. So, I think you might just, like, turtle up, continue to boost your general, and if the polar bears stay there, kill them the next turn when you can sacrifice a bunch more soldiers. Absolutely, elevates your general way more. So, yeah, man, the chat, we know, baby, we know. Let's see what Metal's got, though. Oh, my gosh. It's just such a great card to get on nations that are, you know, so one resource leaning. Metal obviously leaning towards the BM so they can make up for any food that they lost. Obviously going to go tier 2 here. Buy that force, go tier 2, and then pop the standard Metal Wombo combo. While also making himself another smelter, another ore tile. And maybe he does it on the forest. Maybe. Gonna pop a bear. Do my eyes deceive me? Is this not 2 armies attacking a guaranteed win tile? Okay. Had the Kraken as well. So he saved the BM for a double fortification on the desert, and then metallurgy. Never mind! Yo! Let's edit that part where it looked like I was critiquing your play. Absolutely not. Goofy. Big brain. Big brain, my man. Because now we can double fortify this, and next turn guarantee to have 3 armies attacking the moon capital. I definitely wasn't flaming him right there. Definitely was not insinuating that. Goofy, goofy, goofy. Come on, forgive me! Forgive me! Forgive me, my man! Much better play. Taming the Kraken was the advantage card just used there to be the undoing of the Metal Nation there, eliminating those 2 defensive fortifications. Yeah, it is going to be very difficult for Metal to throw this now. Glacier's got a chance, right? If they can kill both these boss tiles, they go to tier 3. They can play for their quest, absolutely, to get 6 Blizzard tiles. But can they beat Metal, defeating the Centaur, getting an additional 2 ore tiles, and going tier 3 within a couple turns? What up, Cookies? Welcome aboard, my boy! Saving fortifying for potential Glacier attack is smart. I agree. Very good. Super good. Glacier also does have a +5 advantage against Metal. That's not to be knocked in this situation. Not to be knocked. Because I do think Glacier's going to be forced to attack after going for Oxybity. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't even see the weather event here. The weather is Plague. Everyone's rolling a dice. Lose how many soldiers. Blood and Metal roll a 6. Glacier rolls a 5. Moon had no soldiers left to Plague. Yikes. Is Moon looking like a powerful element? I don't know, boys. Super Ball to Blue Shadow to play him this turn. But we're getting some soldiers out there. I would imagine this is him popping Waxing along with possibly tossing away a couple advantage cards. Moon needs a tier 1 buff? It's just what I saw. Because, like, look at this. Still produced a bunch of soldiers. And what's really cool is even if he loses this, he can pop Waning and get him right back. I think Moon needs 2 good food tiles off rip. I agree. They are very food-based, of course. That's why his general is sitting out here. Because this is like 2 resource buildings on his lake tile with the general out there. But, like, this is already halfway to tier 2. Right? So, they can do cool combos. And the fact that even if he loses this, it doesn't matter, is a really big deal. So, I think he threw away an advantage card to spawn 3 free soldiers. And then he used Waxing to train a lot of soldiers off that. And then spent the rest of his food. Because Moon also has it in tier 1. They can train an army from their barracks. 275 pounds of pure muscle. 6'11 bench presses, 938 pounds. Hey, up that a little bit. Up that. We hit 4 digits, 4 figures. Come on. Come on. What'd you think of me? Come on. Come on, man. You know what it'd be. You know what it'd be. $1,700. There you go. There you go. There you go. It was actually like 1635. But, hey, who's counting? Who's counting? So, Moon, 3 armies here. How do they manage this? That's a lot of freaking food! He is 2 soldiers shy of going tier 2. But the cool thing is even if he loses it, he just gets these soldiers right back. Back in high school, bench a solid 185. Another man is beast mode. You bet your cheeks he is. Treating the bench press like his full-time job. So this is a defense of, we've got 45 plus 12. So we're at 57. Yeah, this is going to be a take for Moon. Absolute take here. Yo! Moon, of course, takes it. That's 25 from each army. What? What? Deadlifts at least 50,000. Yikers. When I drop the bar, it just goes through the earth. So Moon, grabbing that desert, fortifying it with probably the final defensive fortification he's going to build. Because once he goes tier 2, he's going to have the Going Feral passive. He can no longer train defensive fortifications after that. Yo, Moon is looking fierce with that combo. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Metalwind might not be free. It's still there. That plague, it did sabotage some things, but not as big of a deal as they're saying it right now. He had an army there. So cut the army bonus away, but that's all he had was the one army. Moon needed to roll really low there to make it a close fight. 3 armies coming at you tier 1, that's wild. But we are in turn... This is turn 4, right? Turn 4. Okay, so now let's see the aftermath of this little Blood Glacier spat over here. I think Glacier should probably just go for Oxybity here. Maybe after seeing that this is not as urgent as he thought it was going to be, he can bide his time and just make sure it's a guarantee in the next turn. Because he's going to turn this into a Glacier. Turn this into a Blizzard. Yeah, turn this and this into Blizzards and turn this into Blizzard. You've got a great barrier between you and the rest of the map. Yep. He's doing it. He's figuring it out. Game is addicting. Heck yeah, it is, baby. This is the Moon comeback. This is Empires of Aether. Moon's top metal, but it'll be hard to come back, in my opinion. Yeah, if all the bosses are gone, I think Moon's going to have a really difficult time getting into the game. But they got other methods of winning. It's kind of a toss-up on whether or not you'd rather have the 2 armies going tier 2, popping fortifying and all that. Mathematically, the 2 armies is going to be better than the 2 defense fortifications. Mathematically. But also, you never know when Plague's coming. Right? Plague hit was untimely. So is he going for it this turn? The armies that he can train here can go through this Blizzard tile and join them at Oxybity. So he could be attacking with 2 armies and a general here. If he rolls a 1 on the soldiers, it is not a kill on Oxybity. Glacier, I think, is in a locked-in position to win this game now. I'm throwing all of my bets at Glacier. I think Blood no longer can aggress upon Glacier economically or efficiently. He could play the turtle up game. He needs to be... I mean, go take a free kill on a Moon General. Why not? Why not? So, he should be... So, I imagine he'll wait one more turn. He'll wait a turn. Metal's in no risk of getting this to you. Glacier can win this in... Let's see. If you make it to where you don't even need your general here when you go to attack it, then the tile your general is on, he can turn that into a Blizzard. Or if he positions it this turn, he can move here. The following turn, turn that into a Blizzard. You want to position so that you can get to your 6 Blizzard win condition. Right? That's what you want to do. I mean, imagine if you could stretch the board and get all the way to Centaur and get 2 free Blizzards off of that. That would be absolutely wild. Absolutely wild if you did that. We got property tax coming out. Great draw here. Who's he going to use it on? I would imagine you use it on metal. Metal's your only threat right now. You use it on metal for sure. Property on moon. Yo, that's insult to injury. So moon is netting typically 12 BM per turn, but he's going to be losing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. He's going to be at a net loss of building materials. Really playing the map well. He is. Arcane, you been doing your homework, my man? Been doing your homework. I was surprised Glacier made it through this game. The original 4 elements were all banned. I don't know if that's something they all agreed upon. Because I'm not sure what corner was fire super scary in. Air's got 2 fields here, 3 fields within reach here. But why is air super scary? I don't know if air should be banned every game either. But I'm surprised when Oxybity's on the board, Lightning and Glacier are left. Seems dicey to me, man. I want to see some Iceberg plays here, my man. I'm ready to see the Iceberg come into play. Sadly, didn't take the Iceberg Warfare Tier 3 card, but I'm ready to see it. Let's see Blood's advantage cards here as they go into their turn 4. Got a good advantage card here for battling, but not really battling this turn. We can sacrifice a bunch of dudes, but I imagine we just want to position and go for this Moon General here to get a free 5-soldier buff upon killing them. Thanks for your long videos. I didn't go to bed last night, so work was rough today. So you were watching them. Which ones have you been watching? The most recent ones? That's awesome. We got to get you in the game soon. Got to get the commando in. So Blood is actually buying soldiers. This is something you very rarely see Blood do in the mid-game. Getting soldiers and, you know, actually having them leave the initial 3 tiles of your board. Very rare. Not attacking this, right? Definitely not. Let's see. He's purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next tile he purchases would get a free castle upon it. If he sees that, he would get a free castle upon purchasing this rainforest. Not sure if we're seeing FR. Not sure. It's kind of hard to turn that down, though. Rainforest, great economic production. And a free castle. Even more to your economic production. Started for most recent and going backwards. Yeah, you can really see the evolution. It's changed so much over the last few months. It has changed so much. And then, like, even, you know, the fact that a new element is in the game. Like, game is... And I've got more elements, like, pretty much ready. Just gotta... Just hold enough, right? Gotta make sure the game's, you know, as balanced as we can. But I really do think most of the elements are completely balanced at this point. Self-trading is getting popped for Blood. What are they going for here? More food? Sacrifice more soldiers? No other element in this game can convert Glacier Blizzard tiles back to normal. Yeah, I agree. You know, it was a clutch pick. Very clutch pick. That's why I was surprised it was going to make it. I was surprised it didn't get banned. Or even snatched up earlier. But, like, I see Oxypity on the board, which are nations that have great tier 3s, but they don't want to have to spend the resources to get to it, because if they're spending the resource to get to it, then they're either already winning the game, or they economically can't ever do it. So he actually transfused or self-traded to get extra food to spike the general back. Man, this is just gang up on Moon Day. This is rough. And even had this property tax from Glacier across the board. Like, Blue Shadow is getting a 3v1 experience right now. Yikes. We believe, Blue Shadow. We believe in the comeback. We believe it. But it's looking like it's going to be a pretty swift game. I don't see how Glacier doesn't win at this point now. Do they not guarantee take this next turn? They do, right? He's netting 13 food, so actually not quite. He needs 2 more armies. He's so close. That puts him to 16 food. Is he really only netting 13 food? It's kind of wild. So he can train an army, he can train 3 soldiers on top. That would put him 1 soldier short of having 4 armies. Money's on Glacier, but my heart wants you to win. I respect that. I respect that. So boring, he says. Hey, bold move playing Moon. The first game of availability, though. So Metal is shifting their focus. They don't want to mess with this, right? They want to go for the Centaur, because if they lose the Centaur somehow, they are out of this game, right? How does Metal actually acquire 2 win conditions elsewhere on this board? How are all these tiles getting unlocked? So we've already got 2 of our ore tiles in play. That is halfway to... Ooh, actually, did he... Okay, no, he's got that extra mountain still. I thought he blundered.
Man who looks like he could use the cool, refreshing splash of a sip of water. Drink up, Captain.
Appreciate that. Thank you. If the voice is getting a little hoarse, was it not? A little hoarse, you could hear that? Talking so much. So Metal shifting their gaze. They have popped the lovely combo of Metallurgical Men and Fortifying, the classic put defensive fortifications down that, ha-ha, are men now. The lovely combination. We love to see it. But what do they need to take this? Now that it's at 75 HP, they need a lot. But the great news is, he's got Sharpened Steel. And he's already popping it once, so he's got 1 added on to the dice roll. So that means when he's attacking this, that's already a minimum of 40, plus his general and soldiers on the top. Like, he's already there. He's in range to kill it. Doesn't want to risk it right now, though. Goofy he's been rolling low these last couple of days. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. Wait, is he going for it? Yo, this is gutsy Goofy at its best right here. I don't like this. I don't like this, Goofy. Just wait 1 more turn. Who's going to snake it from you? Who? No, he's not going to do it. If you lose it here, then that's 2 more turns that you don't get to do it. No, he's not going to tap this dice. No. Just hold off, Goofy. Hold off, my man. It's pretty rough advantage cards here. Got this great one. Blood General is creeping over. There's a chance that advantage card comes to play. Content! Maybe. Actually, what is my... I think that's right. Not right. Something like that. No way he does this. What does he need? If he rolls a 2... If he rolls a 2, it's a 50 between the armies. Yeah, he can't get there. He has to roll a 4 or higher right now? I ain't liking those odds, my guy. I ain't liking it. Yo, Biggest Green is rich in the chat. Yo, he is sitting on this decision. It's time to gun it. Gun it or end your turn. Gun it or end the turn. 50-50, great odds. Yeah, that's exactly how things go wrong. Is it not? Have we not learned this lesson? And Hemophilia goes into play. The Blood General cannot attack or defend for the next turn. The great news is, doesn't need to worry about defending when he's in the temple, but he can't aggress upon anything either. Kind of sucks for him, but it's actually a pretty good time for that to occur. Pretty good time. So Metal opts to not go for it. The correct play. The correct play. But now we're going to see Moon hit their tier 2 form. And who is going to stop him in terms of military at this point? I don't think anyone is. He's tossing advantage cards. I think he got 6 free soldiers for that. Yeah, he's at like 0 BM. But what better nation to be on for 0 BM than a nation that literally doesn't need building materials to go to tier 2? Pretty nice, right? Moon is officially tier 2 after acquiring that 4th army. And it's time to spread out, Zerg the board, and potentially get into contention for some boss tiles. That's the hope. Or at least we just go and chomp on some people. Let's go fight. Let's go fight. Is he going to play the Lunar Cycle, which will dictate the next 4 turns of weather? something that I'm kind of not totally 100% on. Don't really like it just yet. I don't like that weather is not really a factor if Moon's in the game. He is popping it. I thought he was. So what's cool is the Moon additive card for them is adding 3 to their dice roll, but Waning Crescent subtracts 2 from their dice roll, nor do they draw cards for 2 turns. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. So that means you have to heavily take advantage of those 2 turns where you are the beneficiary of the weather. But something I'm considering for Moon is maybe making their weather outside of the other weather events so that there's other weather happening. And yeah, Moon is going to spread out here. Take this tile for free. Absolutely. And they get 3 free soldiers upon taking that. Very nice for them there. The General is now going to join the pack. So usually in Tier 1, they want to be a lone wolf. But in Tier 2, they want to be a part of the pack. Because if you are attacking in a battle, your soldiers get +1 added on to their dice roll. And so now he's going to add 3 free soldiers for this tile upon taking it. Very nice here. Table posted with a little gamble action. And the loser of gambling in the chat. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us on this lovely Tuesday night. Taking a look at Competitive Empires of Aether. The next great turn-based strategy board game. If you're not involved in the community, come hop on in. Come join us. The water's fine. We're doing giveaways for Tabletop Simulator codes on stream soon to come, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you'll join us. Where does Moon go from here? I think, like, this is the kind of game that anyone who's newer to the game that needs to learn how this game works. Metal should not typically be going for kills. I get on Moon, it's a little different. Moon is still being experimented with, of course, right? I get wanting to get that win condition, but if you can't kill them in 1 stroke, 2 strokes, you don't do it. Because now what this is doing is you've got 2 people throwing resources at each other, and the biggest beneficiary of that is, of course, neither of those players. It's the players not involved. Blood has taken too long to get off the ground, spent resources a little inoptimally earlier, and now Glacier's just going to make them pay. I don't see how Scooby doesn't walk away with this win here. And is he going for the dice roll here? All he has to do is not roll a 1 on his soldiers, and it is a kill on Occipity. Right? I'm doing that math right. If he rolls a 1, it's a 49 for his soldiers. No, his general, he has to not roll a 1 on both. I'm giving him the numbers. I love it when these things happen. Wait, is he not using his... Like, you're using your... Okay, he's using his card. He has to not roll a 1 on both dice. Or if he rolls... Yeah, if he rolls a 1 on both dice, it is a tie, which would be a horrible waste of this advantage card. But at the bare, like, minimum, it's a tie, which means I just guarantee taking the next turn. Pretty solid. I'm already loving the nerfs to Occipity here. I think it's a great hell total for them to be at right now. And that right there will seal it. Glacier taking Occipity and is now tier 3 in turn 5. Glacier's on its way to winning. On its way to winning. So from this point forward, any tile that the Glacier General takes can convert them into blizzards. And if he just gets 3 more blizzard tiles, then he will accomplish his quest. What has he also done that I saw a little bit earlier, didn't comment on it yet, is he very sneakily got a soldier into the temple. Which means he can buy back his tier 1 and his tier 2 abilities to get other blizzards. This game is wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Put a bow on it. Put a bow on it. So now, since in Season 1, how we are tracking the stats of these players, can you make Harpy into a blizzard since he just took it? I think no. I think no. Because you're hitting tier 3 while also wanting to activate the ability at the same time. I think those clash. I don't think you should be allowed to do that. That's my take on it. But I do understand the argument. I think it's one of those, You know, like in other card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like, you missed the timing. I think that's one of those situations. Blood Draw's a great advantage card. And when I say great, I mean it's great when it's used against him. So it's great for him to grab it because that means it's not in an opponent's hand. But what is Blood going to do here? How do they get into the game? How are you tracking stats of players in competitive Season 1? I can still use Metallurgical Men, right? What's this man talking about? I'm not tracking how much they're using their abilities. I don't know. Anyways, they're shooting for win conditions. So if Glacier's going to wrap this up in a couple of turns, because all he has to do is buy back both of his abilities, and then the game is just over the following turn. So it's going to be a turn 7 victory for Glacier here. But can one or more of these players sneak out a cheeky win condition? Can Moon maybe get to 10 armies? Something like that? Can Metal maybe get to their 4 ore tiles? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? So Blood moving their general to the center, right? He's in contention. He wants to scrap. And he's at 5 soldiers sacrificed? Had to have sacrificed more, right? I think he's only at 5, though. Jeez, the general is not huge. Glacier needs more land to make blizzards, though. They do, right? But that's 2 juicy tiles for it this turn. Metal doesn't even have barracks out here. They don't want to, you know, take these buildings down, put barracks out to spread soldiers out. They don't want to do that. I guess they have to. A lot of unbought land for sure. Blood basically undefended. Oh, that's true. He can just start funneling soldiers through this way. Glacier's got so many options now. So many options. And then Moon is just playing to try to be an element in this game. Trying. So he can't turn the Mink tile into a Blizzard because that would be 3 connected. But he can turn both of these into Blizzards. And then the Desert, maybe. Probably. He's got the Harpy as an option, too. Honestly, Glacier could try for 3 stars. The fact of the matter is that Glacier could go for pretty much any other win condition in the game right now. It's just their quest is going to be the easiest for him. Because at a bare minimum, they just buy back their abilities. Cost a total of 15-15, and then it's like guaranteed the following turn. His economy is pretty garbage. It's pretty wild to see someone who's netting 13 and 5 is in the lead right now. Pretty wild. But I think he's just going to goon squad it, right? Go buy this rainforest or, you know, the lake. Turn that into a blizzard. And you just snake your way through. Snake your way. Whose turn is it? It's got to be Goofy, right? Gotta be Goofy. I don't see what left of Blood can do. Didn't sacrifice any soldiers either. No point with Hemophilia in play. But he spent a lot of resources. He purchased 2 capitals. I don't think he got one of those for free. Meaning he wasn't tracking that it was a 6-tile purchase. So, something to think about in the future if you're playing Blood. Track your tiles purchased. Track your tiles purchased. So we do have Metal shifting some stuff around. Looking like a full retreat. What's going on here? What's going on here? Is that a Metal general going to war with 3 armies? What's going on here? Wait, he retreated off the Centaur? Kind of curious about this. So Metallurgical Men being popped for its final iteration. He's going to have 3 armies on the same tile. Why wouldn't you go 3 armies, pop your Sharpened Steel a second time and get the Centaur for free? Just gave Moon 3 extra soldiers? Well, that's if he, that's if Moon claims a tile. Not if they just win a battle. Okay, the general didn't attack. I was gonna say that's super weird. I would think you would put the defense fortification here, turn it into an army, and then attack the Centaur. Is that what he's doing now? Because that puts him at Sharpen Steel twice and makes your armies at a 25 minimum if you roll a 1. So even having one additional soldier would guaranteed kill it. But also pretty solid to attack these armies here, too. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea whatsoever. I thought it was for defense instead of DFs. Yes, it is. But the text currently on the ability is any tile purchased or taken by combat soldiers spawns 3 soldiers. So he's attacking here. Sharpen Steel in play. Really solid for him, and this is before the full moon takes effect. But are we going to war with Moon just before their beneficial weather event is drawn? Like, is this the good idea? You go to war with someone before you know they're about to be supercharged for 2 turns? This is one of those plays. I guess what he's seeing is that even if he kills this, the only things he can feasibly turn into ore tiles are a field and a mountain, or this field and this mountain, which could then be lost by the moon forces, right? I suppose I could then just immediately attack it again, right? But, I don't know. Moon has dug themselves into a great hole. And once again, all attention has been focused on this southern coastline, or northern coastline, I guess, geographically for the board. And Glacier just gets free reign of the board here. It's a roll here. It's a 1 for Moon. It's a juicy 1 for Moon. Oh, wait, or was that a 1 for Metal? That was a 1 for Metal. It's a 6 for Moon. Goofy is spamming the GGs in chat. Metal taking the aggression, has the numbers advantage, but rolls a 1. While Moon rolls a 6. Moon comeback, here we go, baby. And what's crazy, and I think this is actually feasible for them, but they got to play around this. He can't go tier 3. Actually, he's way closer than I thought he was. Way closer than I thought he was. If he goes tier 3 and gets a cheeky kill on the Blood General that has basically not played the game thus far, that's a win condition right there. Then he can go for 10 armies or push for Metal. Classic Metal throw for content, exactly as it's meant to be played. That is what the developer had in mind, of course. What are we doing here? So full moon, as it reads, is Moon has +3 to their dice roll for 2 turns. Yeah, look at how he's positioning. He's spreading out. He's going for a boss out here. Oh, now he can attack this. Now I see. He's going to go for 2 boss outs and try to kill the Blood General. That's the play. I love it. Moon might snake a win from this. Glacier can heavily disrupt this, though. They are tier 3. They can throw Winter Storm on the move. Oh, but you know what's crazy about killing this in the next turn is he could kill all of these units here. Or Glacier needs to be very careful here. He needs to go away from the coast, but the Kraken is a new boss tile. It kills units on coastal tiles. Glacier needs to move away from the beach. Move away! You gotta head inland. Oh, what's going on here? Taking that general, or taking that boss tile, converting any 2 tiles into anything that you want them to be. So he buys the lake, spawns an army, and attacks the Blood General, but he wasn't tier 3 when it happened. So not a win condition. Spawning 2 rainforests on the neighboring capital. Yeah, if he went forest, that would have been insane because he's getting that 2-for-1 deal. He could go for 10 armies very feasibly. He's going to get this boss here. I guess Blood can steal it this turn. They can, which means Moon's going to lose these units as well. Man, this is so weird. Like, Glacier is guaranteed 2 turns away from victory, right? Like, mathematically. Metal is out of the game. Goofy's even saying it in the Twitch chat right now. Goofy's out of the game. But Moon is actually in contention. Blood is just fighting to get one win condition. That's what they're fighting for. Can they do it? It's spicy out here. Is Moon still going? What is left for you? What could possibly be left for you? It is going to go to Glacier here. Glacier's going to get to spawn 3 soldiers for an enemy that isn't him. You do it for metal, right? Metal's in the dumps. They're a non-factor at this point. You're about to encroach upon their land, right? Take it as a modest gift to them. Hey man, like listen, I'm gonna move into your land now. I'm gonna turn it to snow that you can't walk into, and you can have these 3 dudes, and Moon is gonna eat them up. That's what's gonna happen. So does Moon go tier 3 next turn? They can go tier 3. They can go tier 3. Can they execute 3 attacks with that? They got 2 attacks here. And then they've got an attack here. But they have to get their general and 5 armies together. That's a tough ask of them. I hope I can get Moon next match I play. I think Moon's got really good plays. I think they... Man, what they did in tier 1... I think that was... It was a little too zesty for my liking. And then the other thing I don't like about them right now is just the weather monopoly they have. Because I love weather in the game. I love weather in the game.
Now there's a man who looks like he could use the cool, refreshing splash of a sip of water. Drink up, Captain.
Ah! Appreciate that. Was feeling quite parched. Quite parched. Yeah, Blood is just kind of like... They've got 5 soldier sacrifice from only Exsanguinate. I don't think they've sacrificed any more. So, like, Blood is basically not in the game. Converting that to a Blizzard... No, that was already a Blizzard for us. Right? Already. I have 2,200 more caps. Oh, I didn't even see you rolled a big one. Lots of hydrations. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. We see this? We see this? That's a Coastal Blizzard. He's moving into it. Oh, wait, no, he's going for the kill on metal. I see it. He needed to buy this first, right? Okay, he can still get 2 blizzards here. He's going to snowshoe through, pincer attack. And by pincer, I mean the exact opposite. Pincer, I mean splitting out. Right? Go like this motion. This will become a blizzard right on their doorstep. I was curious. I thought that was a little bit of a throw here. But if he kills metal, it's a win. But what do we say about this coastal tile? Yeah. Huge blizzard throw. As in quite literally moving the blizzards, yes. Moon seems very strong. Crazy how he got 3 armies on a tile to defend tier 1. I agree. I need to go back and look at exactly what he did for that. I think he tossed 2 advantage cards in waxing. But he only had like 4 tiles owned. That's 8 soldiers, which I guess is already close to 2 armies, and then... Yeah... It's 2 advantage cards and 4 tiles with resource buildings on each. That is too powerful. Way too powerful. 9 soldiers from his ability, yep. So, maybe it just needs to be tiles owned. The advantage card thing certainly needs to be once per turn. Certainly needs to be once per turn. Maybe that advantage card mechanic needs to be tossed, actually. That's very possible. I love the forest mechanic. I think that's incredibly cool. Goofy, up in arms in the chat. Oh, wait a minute! He didn't fork the attack! Ah! Is Blood gonna come to the rescue? I think the advantage card thing should be once per turn. Absolutely. No, it definitely should be. Absolutely should be. Look let's see if Blood wants to be the disruptor here. Moon in its broken form does not deserve a win. I don't think they can get it. Like, Blood needs to take this to deny the boss tiles, absolutely. +1 soldier for every tile and resource building is basically spare rooms, but at tier 1, kind of insane. It is, let's say, diet spare rooms. Come on, it's not spare rooms. But 4 tile, it should be every tile owned is what it should be. Hey, but this is why we play. This is why we play. Should be for just tiles, I agree. I'll be making that change immediately following this game. But what's crazy about this, like, this should have been... Oh, actually, did he attack with... Did he go, like, general in one army and then he snowshoes through? I didn't even realize. Scooby's out of there. I think Glacier could have optimized that for a kill this turn. If he bought the lake and Blizzard Toss, he absolutely could have. And also, he could have tossed this Blizzard to this ore, which would sabotage metal even more. And then you snowshoes one army through, right? Because it eliminates all structures. So one army here to kill, another army here to kill, and then army in general to kill this. It's a kill. So we've actually seen 2 different turns in 2 nights in a row where Glacier could have killed someone. And now let's see if Blood punishes him. I could have won in like 10 different ways. So I think, have they already mathematically confirmed that Glacier is going to win next turn? Because even if, like, Blood does this play and kills these units, can't they get enough forces to mow over this? He's at 22 BM, though. He's a strong boy. There's only 2 other building types, so it's half of spare rooms. It's a powerful ability. Powerful ability for sure. Yeah, Blood's going for the Kraken kill here. But you needed to avoid the Kraken as well. Like, the soldier should be here at a bare minimum. You're denying Metal Quest, and you're saving your soldiers. So very much a misplay by Glacier here. And I hope it doesn't bite them. Because I really don't want Metal to get a win here when, like, they're broken. You know? What did we say at the beginning of this game? We said, I don't think they're going to be in the middle. They're either going to be incredibly weak or they're going to be incredibly strong. And they got a little bit of both this game. Reduce, reuse. Blood's getting back an ability here. Great advantage pull, but I think it's too little too late for him. You gotta take Red Shadow, man. Let this be a lesson to you. Gotta take Red Shadow. Captain's trolling my game. Death should have been a kill on Moon, let's be honest. I don't know about that. You can't just say, oh, this guy should be a freaking dummy for me to beat up on. But 3 armies tier 1, excessive. There's no arguments there. I am not arguing that. So if he attacks this Kraken, he needs 1 additional soldier to make it a 2 or higher kills it, a 5 out of 6. With only 3 armies, it is a 3 or higher to kill it, so 2/3 chance. Can't do anything, Moon is so weak and he destroyed me. Game's over. The game's over. It's over? Meaning you win? I hope Moon doesn't win. I don't want Moon to win. Wait, how does Moon win? Glacier wins. Okay. Okay. Like, that's fitting. Oh, he's got the 1 add-on to the dice roll. It is a 5 out of 6 chance. But if he kills Kraken, he kills these soldiers. That's why I don't think it's actually guaranteed over. Oh, he can make the blizzards again. Wins next turn 2 different ways. Because Metal can't get to star tile. He didn't have units, though. Wiping out the Moon units, wiping out the Glacier units. You gotta go for it. How many can it break? What does he mean? He just makes 2 Blizzards next, right? 6 Blizzards next turn. Did he buy back his abilities, though? Oh, he bought them back. Okay, I didn't see he did that. Yeah, never mind. GG. Actually, does he own 2 Blizzards that he can? Oh, Swamp Lake. Never mind. Game over. Couldn't he have made 2 Blizzards before attacking metal? He could have made one more on the lake and then tossed him. But he didn't have his abilities purchased back. I threw earlier, but it's fine. Yeah. Made it. It was fine because, you know, Metal and Moon were doing their dance over here, throwing all their meat at one another. Absolutely. Yeah, but your economy is actually atrocious. That's why it's so crazy that, like, you're so far ahead. He's netting 5 BM a turn. This entire game, netting 5 building materials each turn. Glacier, absolutely dominant. When Harpy is on the board, you have to ban Lightning, you have to ban Glacier, I think. Fire, too. I think all 3 of them are just ridiculous with Harpy. But I like the 75 health total. I think it's a really good spot. Blood actually accelerated the timeline in which Glacier could kill the Harpy. I think without it, they don't kill Harpy until turn 5, I think. Which I'm okay with that. Because you have a lot of your turtle elements when they go turn 3, turn 4. They can go to tier 3, turn 4. A lot of them can do it. So I like that. It is going to be a guaranteed GG for Glacier. They're declaring it in the chat. Glacier is going to win via their quest and defeating 2 boss tiles. Glacier is now the only element that has secured more than 1 win in this Season 1 combat. I think Moon is looking at their plays. Got some great aggressive cards here. The question is, though, does Moon only need the 1 nerf? The 1 nerf on waxing. I like waning. I think that's fine. Do they only need waxing? I think we also gotta talk about these. That discard and advantage card is way more powerful than I thought it would be. Maybe 2 soldiers? Maybe? Waxing's the only reason I stay in the game. Right. But I think, like, you went from owning no tiles to having 3 armies. Like, that's... No other element does that, tier 1. And now if any, like, no one can go toe-to-toe with you. Waxing's gotta be nerfed, for sure. I like waning a lot. Great ability. I think this is a great ability, too. Originally, what we had it earlier this day was this would double the resource. So it was basically a tier 1 fertile footing, which felt incredibly powerful as well. Super powerful. So it is a Glacier dub, quest, and 2 boss kill. Thanks for hanging out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Had double-digit viewers most of this game. Only a few of you chatting. I hope many more of you will get involved in the future. Once again, this is Empires of Aether, turn-based strategy board game that allows you to wield an element of your choosing, vying for control of a new land, a new power, a new element. Aether. I hope you'll get involved. Let me throw that in the chat one more time for you. Yeah. Get involved, baby. And if anyone's down for a game at any time, just ping in the Discord. We've got people ready and willing. The game is taking off. We're not even public yet, baby. Not even public. Just wait till we announce ourselves to the world, to the interwebs. Table Posty 555. Well, welcome aboard the SS Manhood. Glad to have you here, baby. Glad to have you. Thanks for hanging out tonight and making sure that my back was staying straight. Back was actually feeling fantastic today. Didn't even have to massage gun it out. Didn't have to do any physical therapy. I think whatever my physical therapy is doing, I think it's working. Yeah. What we've also got planned tomorrow is we're going to play games that aren't Aether. Trying to get back into the stream schedule. Absolutely. Take advantage of this extra time off, courtesy of spring break. Got several games on the docket. Well, what do you want to see? Do you want to see some competitive games like League or TFT? Or do we start a new colony on RimWorld with the viewers as civilians?
Refreshing splash of a sip of water. Drink up, Captain.
Appreciate you guys always keeping me accountable on the consumption of water. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. RimWorld is goated. Dude, I agree. RimWorld is dope. I think we should start a colony. We'll do a little, we'll play a couple games tomorrow. We'll start a new manhood colony with the viewers, you people in the chat as my citizens. Lovely, lovely. And then we'll play some competitive games. Yeah, yeah? We'll see you here tomorrow. Empires of Aether, baby! Get involved. Tell your friends. But most importantly, tell your mom. We love it when the moms watch.